Hello and welcome to Fidelity Next, our webcast and podcast that helps take students to the next level in their careers. I'm Tamara Radachai, your host for today's episode. Every student term, we sit down with co-ops and interns to talk about their experiences at Fidelity Canada. Today we have our summer student panel, West Coast edition, with some returning students sharing their thoughts and insights. Welcome to Sanika Singhi on the ETFs team and Zach Lenz on the finance team. Welcome to Fidelity Next.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, so before we dive into all of our questions, at our student shows, we like to do a little rapid fire round. So we're gonna do a quick 30-second session with both of you to just sort of get to know you, some sort of non-professional questions. So we're gonna put 30 seconds on the clock, and Sanika, we're gonna start with you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Cats, dogs, or plants?
Plans.
Mountains or beach?
Beaches.
Your favorite way to unwind?
Watching Netflix shows.
Describe Vancouver in one word.
Scenic.
Describe Toronto in one word.
Happening.
And what is your favorite social media platform?
Instagram.
And that's 30 seconds. Okay, Zach, your turn. You have different questions though, so when you're ready, 30 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Nature or city?
Nature.
Watching sports or playing sports?
Playing sports.
Your go-to barista order?
Just get black coffee every morning.
Your favorite way to spend a Friday night?
Just going out with my girlfriend, I think.
Your favorite way to consume content?
Big YouTube Reels guy.
And your ideal vacation destination?
Love the West Coast, so I'm going to say San Diego.
And that's 30 seconds. All right, thank you. Great answers. Nice, well-rounded. I'm a fan of the West Coast myself, so excited to have you both here. So Sanika, let's start with you. What did your journey to Fidelity look like? What are you doing in school? How did you kind of make your way here? And what do you do on your team now?
So I am from the Bachelor of International Economics program at UBC, specializing in finance. How I came to find out about Fidelity was because I was just looking for co-op opportunities, specifically in finance. I'm someone who's always been interested in finance. Ever since I did like financial accounting in high school, I've always been interested and curious to learn more about the financial industry. And when I came into university, I carried that passion with me, and I just took courses in finance, corporate finance, investment theory, and that's where my passion for asset management grew. When I was looking for co-op opportunities, I saw Fidelity had a co-op opportunity in Vancouver, and at the time I was not too keen on moving, so I just thought that this is the perfect opportunity for me to kind of get my foot in the door with asset management, with Fidelity, because it's a great firm, very well known internationally and within Canada. And my then manager knew my manager from Fidelity, so just kind of happened to be that she knew him and made that connection for me, passed down my application, and had a standard interview process, and got to be a part of the advisor sales team in Vancouver, which was super exciting. Got to work with the business development teams there. There's about 10 in Vancouver, and I had an opportunity to organize and attend client events, create investment proposals, and just updating performance decks, and many more things like that. The team was super supportive, and I really liked working there. Just really liked Fidelity as a whole, so thought I would continue in Fidelity and come to the product side, because I've already experienced the front end, the client-facing side with advisor sales, and I wanted to kind of try and be part of the strategy, understand where the products we pitch are coming from, what's the background, what are our competitors doing, and I knew that there's no better team than product to kind of learn more about Fidelity's offerings. And that brought me to my current team in ETFs, which sits within the product team within Fidelity, where I'm currently assisting investment analysts and associates with any requests that come from sales teams, a lot of Excel work, very heavy Excel work. I'm helping them create a product launch manual, which is basically just documenting the entire product launch process from ideation all the way up to sales and marketing, which has been super exciting. And yeah, I'm loving my experience so far in product. It's very fun. It's very exciting.
Great. And like super cool that you started in Vancouver and then you came to Toronto and you got to experience both
finally
sides
made
of that.
the decision to move.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you know, same with, you know, going from sales into product, it's like the different sides of the same, not the same team, but, you know, different sides of the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's really, really great. Zach, what about you? What did your journey look like?
Yeah, it's funny. Sanika and I have very similar stories. I also was in the Vancouver office in advisor sales, just the term right after her, actually. But I'm also out at UBC on the West Coast. I'm a commerce major and a philosophy minor. And so I journeyed to Fidelity through, you know, the typical looking for internships in first and second year, and went through the application process in sales. I was always sort of sales always sort of caught my eye, and I applied there and wasn't successful in my initial applications. And then I kept at it and stayed in contact with the teams, and I think they really valued my growth and doing the right things to get the position, and eventually landed that position in sales. Spent a similar amount of time, or the 4-month term, doing lots of similar things to what Sanika described. Great time with the teams out on the West Coast. And then, yeah, I think Fidelity does a really great job at helping grow the talent within the student program. And they encourage you to move around and try different things. So I was really passionate about the sales route, but I had taken some time in my term to speak with people in different departments and talked to people in finance quite a lot, and was extended an offer to come out to Toronto and see life from a bit of a different perspective over here on the East Coast. So yeah, that's where I'm at now, and working with the finance team. Luckily, my particular team works very closely with the sales department as a more of a corporate overview, which is really exciting because I've got a sales background, and now I get to assist them on the finance side and learn about it from a different perspective.
Love that. So you've both done Vancouver, then Toronto, both at Fidelity, different terms of students. How would you describe the difference between, you know, like working at Fidelity in Vancouver and then working at Fidelity in Toronto as a student? Sanika, let's start with you.
So I think the main difference definitely comes from the fact that in Vancouver, we only have a regional sales office. And so the only team there is the advisor sales team as of now. I hope it grows in the future, but as of now, that's the situation. And so coming out to Toronto, there's a lot more departments here. We have a much bigger office space here. So definitely felt a bit overwhelming in my first week, where I was just like, okay, this is new. We don't only have the team that I'm working with, but also other teams that are working within the same office area. But you know, you kind of adapt to it pretty quickly, because I think the one thing good about this is also that you get to connect with so many people in person. Something that I was missing out on in Vancouver was especially all the student program events that was organized. I had to attend them virtually, whereas a lot of students here would get to attend it in person, or at least be together in a similar environment and have people you can relate to. And I think that is something like finding that community. And I was able to find that student intern community a lot more here, because there's a lot more interns here in the Toronto office. There's also a lot of opportunity to connect with other departments in person, talk to people, coffee chat in person. So that is something that I found super exciting about being here. And yeah, I've just been enjoying Toronto as a whole. It's a super nice city, very big, very happening, and very fast-paced. So I definitely enjoy that aspect of Toronto versus Vancouver. But I do miss my advisor sales team. They were such good people.
Have you been to Toronto before this?
Yeah, only once for the Taylor Swift concert.
Of course. Zach, how would you describe the difference between Toronto and Vancouver?
No, I think that's really well put, Sanika. Like, I think the biggest thing is definitely the scale. Like she mentioned, the only thing out there is the regional sales office, which is great, and it's really nice to be able to closely connect with a smaller group of employees out there. But here, you definitely benefit from the scale. One thing in particular I noticed is the student program and the learning and development that Fidelity places in that program is really, they put a strong emphasis on the growth of their students as they want to build into full-time employees. And so I think you can really take advantage being out here of those training programs that you go through as a student. And that also goes for the full-time training staff as well. There's a lot to be said about the strength of an in-person training session versus that of a virtual one, which we were exposed to in our first term for the most part. So yeah, I think that the opportunity for growth really is strengthened when you're doing in-person training and working with a larger group of employees out here.
Yeah, you just can't beat IRL, you know?
Yeah.
So Sanika, what's a standout project from either term that you worked in? Something that really stands out to you that you've worked on or that you're really proud of?
Honestly, I think I could probably talk about it in both terms, but the one that always comes to mind is when I was in the advisor sales office, I had the opportunity to do a fund pitch, which is very similar to a stock pitch, but instead of pitching a stock, you choose one of the Fidelity's funds and get the opportunity to pitch that. So I got to do that in front of the entire Western Canada sales team. Why it was super exciting personally for me is because I've always been nervous about presenting, but at the same time, I try to embrace the uncomfortableness that comes with it and try to actually vouch for opportunities to present so that I can actually start getting comfortable with presenting in front of a lot of people. So this was a great opportunity to do that. And another reason was that through this, I got to actually experience how the sales teams pitch their products to their financial advisors, because I had the opportunity to talk with a lot of associates and managers before my pitch, kind of get talking points from them, do my own research and understand the portfolio manager strategy, do a competitor analysis between our fund versus like a competitor's fund. And when I was able to successfully do that pitch, I felt very proud about it. I was able to tell the story of the fund in a way that resonated with the team, and they were really happy with what was presented. And yeah, I definitely think that was a great experience and made me really happy about the fact that I was able to present in front of so many people and had that opportunity.
Definitely something to brag about. Zach, so all of our summer students, is specific to the summer term, get to do a case competition. So obviously you're both here in the summer. Can you talk about what that's been like so far this summer?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really great opportunity to deal with some real world problems that as we face, and bringing the students in to tackle a unique challenge, I think is a great business solution as a whole. You gain a lot of fresh perspective from having your students take on such complex problems. What I really like is working with people from all over. So Fidelity has a lot of interns all over Canada that work in all sorts of different departments. And oftentimes, just the nature of your work, you can get quite siloed into doing specific things. And so getting to work with other students that work in different departments ties together a lot of people's unique skills and attributes to work together as a team. And you gain a lot of new perspective from those around you. Yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity, and it's definitely something that I think is beneficial to the company as a whole, but also very beneficial to the students that participate in it. As we get to experience other people's perspectives and work together to tackle some big projects.
Cool, love that. Always nice to hear about those. Sanika, you've talked about how you talk to different people in different departments, and that sort of led you to discovering your next opportunity at Fidelity or wherever. In that same vein, what advice would you have for students who are kind of trying to find the right fit for them?
I think the biggest advice, and I think this is something that I've always believed in, is seizing diverse opportunities. Like, even if you think something is the right fit for you, maybe still go out and try, maybe still go out and talk to other people, learn what they do, because I think sometimes our minds narrow down the possibilities of what we could potentially be doing. And it's always good to learn more about other departments, coffee chat with people. And it's very important to kind of network, because at the end of the day, that is what will help you learn more about other departments, what they're doing, what the company as a whole is doing. And when I was in advisor sales, I spoke with a lot of people in product. So even before deciding to put product as a preference for coming back, I made sure that was something that I really wanted. So I didn't just talk to people in product, I would talk to people in finance or people in corporate affairs, and really try to pin down where I want to go, not just pick one and just go there, but really talk to diverse people and then try to understand that, okay, where do I think my skills lie the best, and also where do I think my interest and passion will lie the best. So I think, just combining all of those, the main thing is just explore and network with people, because I think that will kind of help you understand what you might want to pursue in the future.
Great, love that. And in the same vein, Zach, I know you've worked in 2 different departments as well. Did doing that change your perspective on things, or like, did you learn anything new about yourself in that process?
Yeah, I mean, it's jumping into a totally different environment was something I didn't really expect to do. I quite loved the sales environment, and I thought that was something I would totally want to stick with. But being open-minded is definitely something that's essential for growth, both personally and also from a career perspective. And so I think taking the opportunity to come across the country and work in a different department that I was unfamiliar with has benefited me a lot in just being more open-minded and taking the initiative to see things from a different perspective. So I would say always like stay open-minded. If we're looking down the advice path for students maybe coming in is take the opportunity to do something that you might not have expected yourself to do, because a lot of times the best rewards can come out of those sort of situations.
So one final question for both of you as you look to whatever's next, whether that's going back to school or whatever's next in your career journey. What's something that you're looking forward to? Sanika, let's start with you.
Yeah, definitely. So for myself, I'm actually going into another co-op work term after this, within a very similar asset management industry, and that is something that I'm really excited to experience, because like I said in my intro, I'm someone who's very passionate about growing and learning more in the asset management field, and I would really love to kind of take everything I've learned here in my career in Fidelity and be able to apply it in another setting, and hopefully like make a great career journey out of it.
Yeah, I love that. Zach, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Well, in the last quarter of the year, I'm going to be going back to Vancouver to graduate from university. And I think after that, starting to look for full-time work and really just continuing my pursuit of education. So I plan on doing my CFA once I graduate and looking for other means of continued education. And I think that sort of fostered in my life through Fidelity and the continued pursuit of learning and development here and the growth culture that we have, and everyone's constantly pushed to keep growing as employees and in their own personal lives, and that education is very much so valued. And I think that's brought real value into my life. So a lot of what I'm going to be doing going forward is just really revolved around continuing to learn, continuing to grow both personally and professionally, and honing my skills in the industry.
Yeah, never stop learning, right? We're always learning, no matter how far we are in our careers. Well, thank you both so much again for joining. It was lovely chatting through all things Vancouver to Toronto student experience. And thank you to everyone who tuned in today. We hope you're feeling inspired to be on the lookout for upcoming student opportunities. Our next recruitment window for the winter term is in September, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. If you want to rewatch the show or share with those who missed it, you can find it on Fidelity Canada's YouTube page under the Fidelity Next playlist. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure being your host, and we'll see you on the next episode.